to the second part of this drawing tutorial. Tutorial that's beginning to look very much like a David Hockney painting. You may not have heard of him, but he was a British painter, artist, quite renowned, and he did digital drawings on his iPad. So he's made digital drawings on his iPad. And this, when I looked at this, I thought, wow, it looks very much like his paintings, one of his paintings. So this was the original reference image that we had, and the idea is for you to transfer some of these colors to our own drawing canvas and make a drawing out of it. And we did that through this powerful color picker, which I call the infinite color pot. And from there, we started off by having a broad brush, 25-30%, using just the line brush, and then selecting the sky, which is a uniform color, which it's not really. If you want to get realism, it has to be all these realistic colors, isn't it? But we're going to get there. But probably not in this drawing, but in many of my other previous live drawing tutorials, you'll see many examples of that, of how I do that. But here, I've really, sort of switched it down quite a bit for beginners in order to appreciate how I paint and how I paint using a reference using block coloring. And there's also remnants of the famous Bob Ross, because he used to paint mountain scenes with the shed and a cabin, in the middle of nowhere. And so we got as far as here, and now we're going to keep continuing to do that and add textures, more colors and everything. So you can see what's the next step we got to do. Well, I can see you switch between that and that, and you can see, should we go to the mountains? Let's go to the mountains, right? So let's head towards the mountain. Got 3% there, and we can really zoom in. That's what gives it real power. And pick this color here, and then let's see, we're picking these colors of the mountain. There, can you see it? And then color picker, pick these, and there's little white tributaries that's running across these mountains. So let's get these down, these white tributaries, Right? Yeah, you can see that. There, there. Right, they're all over the mountain here. Okay, you can see the bit. It's obviously a lot bigger. Our brush is a lot bigger, but don't worry about that. Right, because we're just learning here. Okay, you can be a bit more. And then now we're going to pick these colors that is adjacent to these, right? Yeah, you can see here, and then here, and here. One of these colors there. So we picked quite a variation of color. We're using our infinite color pot, and then we can switch back and see if we've managed to grab these color tones. See these color tones? They're all different to the ones, the blocky ones that we picked. Right there. Let's see what we've got here. This is a mountain that it looks like. That's not bad, is it? That's very decent. Now we got, should we do the left one? Yeah, it's a little, look like a Lego mountain, so we need to fix that anyway. So let's go here. Look at that. Look, it's the sky. That's the sky. So what we picked is the sky, but don't worry about that. Pick that sky for now. Here, see that? Different from the blue sky that we picked, obviously. And then let's go here. Let's go all the way here to the right, and then look at that. It's very shaded. Pick that color, and then pick this color here. This from our color infinite color pot. Pick this here, and let's see what we got here. That's all right. It's looking a little decent, isn't it? Okay, next. Let's go back. Ooh, look at that. We got these mountain range here. This area here, isn't it? Yeah. Gotta get that down, isn't it? Okay. Got a good brush, 3%. Let's keep it at that. And just pick the colors that should be there, like I'm doing right now, okay? Because we've zoomed in and we can pick these colors that's right below this reference image, just as we're doing here. Right there. Pick different variations of the color. It's a little darker here. Alright. Okay. Let's see if we've managed to. Yes, we've done that side of the mountain. Lovely, isn't it? We don't know yet how we're going to get the cloud. I'm guessing that you're thinking that we should do that range of trees, wonderful trees going at the back. Otherwise, it's looking like Lego trees, isn't it? So we've got to go here and put this wonderful range of, look at that, beautiful range of tones going here. So we're going to go in the, remember to use the infinite color part, you have to be there. Let's pick these colors. Look at that. Yeah. Just go around this tree that we put down last time. Pick the colors. Don't worry, just do that. Just continue to do that every time. Pick the color part, and then you'll get the right colors. Okay. Pick the color part there. Right there. Look at these colors. They're so bright. Remember, when you have it, this part, anywhere the cursor goes here, your color pot will work from the reference image, yeah? Makes sense? Yeah. So, not worried about the details. I'm just randomly picking these colors that's supposed to exist at the back. Yeah, because we want to we don't want to make it look like a wall, do we? I want to pick the exact color tones that he has intended. All the way across the mountain range. And while you're there, try and fill in the gaps that you might have left behind you. Don't worry about that. Okay. There. Right there. See the colors? Pick the exact, your infinite color pot will pick the colors that are there for those line of trees. Right there. All the way across there. Lovely. Look at that. Let's see what that looks like. Yes, those trees look like that could be a range of trees, isn't it? That mountain is now really popping out around that hut. Everything's popping out right now as we work our way down. Let's get that tree. That looks like a blooming Lego tree there, isn't it? It's got no character or detail at all. So let's zoom in really, because we're going to put character to this. You got to zoom in, mate. Yeah. Look at that size of that brush. It's a bit too big, so let's take it down to 2%. Okay, around 2% is fine, or thereabouts, don't worry. And then pick the infinite color pot, and then just go randomly across. Don't worry about the details, just randomly do that. Yes. Right. Yes, randomly select color, because you land on light and blue patches, which is exactly what you want. Right there. Remember, always have it at the halfway, otherwise you'll be picking the colors from your canvas, which is what you don't want. Let's see what that looks like. That's got a little bit of texture, isn't it? And then let's pick this light color there going on there. Let's see what that looks like. That is looking like a proper tree, not a Christmas tree, but a proper tree. And then we can move to the next here. Let's go here and then pick these shades and then just go randomly. There. So light to dark. And then what do we have here? And dark. Look at that. It's a little dark here. And then look at this tree next to that far distant shed. I've got dark here. See how we're getting the tones? Right? Picking up the tones for this wonderful painting. And I think we'll send it off to David Hockney and get his approval. What do you reckon? There. See the light colours there? And then keep getting these colours with the smaller brush. All these little textures, you know? You can do that. All these tiny textures. Add up realism to the whole painting. See how the tones change? The stock tone. Yeah. Okay, so we're right. Oh, we gotta do this. Trees. This is a lovely tree just in front of the cabin. Isn't that lovely when you wake up in the morning and you see the snow? The lovely snow tree. Almost looks like a snowman, doesn't it? Probably that's where the idea of the snowman book came from, you know? Famous the 80s. Probably seen it. You know the song "We're Walking in the Air" comes from there. If you're British, you probably know what I'm talking about. Okay, and then look at these. Let's have a look to see what we've managed to make those trees stand out. We do. Lovely, isn't it? And now we can see that. Let's save this. Right? We want to save just in case. So now you can see that this is look like a Lego board, isn't it? Nothing there. Look at all these. Look at that. Between those trees, there's another tree there, right? There's a small bush there. We're going to capture all that between here and the side of that. Okay, that's what we're going to do here. So just let's zoom in, capture that, zoom in. Yeah, get the tones for that. Color picker, infinite color pot, infinite color pot. If the dialogue is on the way, you can cross it out and then just get it. Okay, if the dialogue is on the way, just close it using that crossbar. And then I got this, and I got a light patch there, and then just a darker patch, very light patch there. Infinite color pot all the way across. Yeah, these are the shadows of these trees, obviously, right? look at that, it's a darker shadow. And then remember, it's going to get light here as you go along the shadow, isn't it? Makes sense. And then we can see what that looks like, isn't it? Wow, we got a really good job done. Oh, wow. Brilliant. And then what we can do is move to the left here. Right here. Again, midpoint. And then do all these wonderful lines here. Yeah. It's not like these trees have taken all the limelight. No, we've got all these other areas. Yeah. See that dark patch here? You can zoom in if you want to. Take your time. Don't see these colors. Just pick from the infinite color part. And then just add these colors. And then just add these colors. These are the actual colors that are right underneath. And it'll give a feeling of like you're not going to be on a flat surface, but you can actually ski down this very gentle slope, right? Why not? There, you can see it's a lot lighter than the colors we picked. Because remember, we picked a very broad colors, with the initially, right? Big brush. And you can see here the mounds of snow from the edge of the path, right? Just pick the colors, and you'll be picking the colors that's directly underneath that, so it makes it easy. So quick. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, we got the left working lovely, isn't it? I'm very happy with it. Okay, let's go carry on. Okay, let's keep going down here. That's working all right. That 1% brush is doesn't 2% almost, doing quite well. Okay, just I think we may increase it a little bit. Right, so we're picking these different colors. There, I can see a darker patch here. So now it's looking like a snowfield, isn't it? Like you can ski down this gentle slope. Well, let's see what we got here. So very nice, isn't it? I do like it. Now you can see how the path is now opening up. The shed is beautiful. This is our drawing, and believe it or not, it looks good, right? I'm quite happy with that. So I'm going to save this. And then I'm going to open it up again, because this is a prototype app I'm working on. My paintings. So we're here. Now you can see what you have to do. You got to build up this texture on this floating. Let's take it down to 2%. That's a good brush size. Now you can see here we haven't done these. Right. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's build up these little tiny build up shrubs, I think, on the edge of the cabin. All right. Then look at that darker patch there. So we haven't really we've just used the line brush, and we're really doing a lovely drawing of winter season. And then you see these marks here, you can just go over it and then scribble out, just like snow. The snow would, it wouldn't be like a straight path, is it? And it gives that the effect of snow, right? Just like you're drawing like this. Here. That wouldn't be a straight path, would it? Unless you had a very straight, unless you wanted to create a straight path. So here you see, we got to keep working on this. We didn't do that earlier. That's the shed, the dark shed that falls here. And then I'm just going to clean it up here. Right there, and then there. There's a dark patch here, and there's a lighter patch. And then, do you remember the shadow that we said was there? Yep, there's the shadow. And we can go to the base here, create that. Just like exactly as in the reference image. I think that's a bin or something, I don't know. Just picking the brush and picking that here. Alright, let's have a look what we got. Ah, it's looking good, isn't it? The details of that is pretty good, coming out really nicely. So now we can see that our overall drawing is really good. This part around the cabin is coming out very nicely. And then we've got this path. It still looks a bit jagged, but we can probably come back to it later. But in the meantime, let's just go all the way around in a anti-clockwise like this, right? All the way, and get as much detail with the zoomed in area, okay? There. Pick these colors, random colors. Then remember, it's not quite white there. And then that will all come together as we do it. It's almost like we're on this snow journey here. I could see that. So now you see I'm rapidly picking the color tones and the color part because I'm picking the colors that are local here and transferring them to my drawing canvas here. So I'm working at really rapid pace, and you can take your time with this because you're not expected to get things really quickly. You know, take your time because you're a beginner. Look at that. Look at these colors. Look at these colors. Amazing, isn't it? And then you got this darker. Look at that, the dark tones here. You can capture these as well. No problem. Look at these. That's going to become a little lighter in blue. But we've captured a lot of these tonal variations. That's what's going on here, isn't it? Right. And we can check to see if we've got the exact color. Don't worry about this plant yet. But I didn't quite capture the color of that. So now with the smaller brush, we can go with the fine tooth, like a fine tooth comb, trying to get these textures. So let's see what we've done. See how quickly we did that area as well. So now you can see that this patch of this land is done, right? Now we can go to the right patch of this land, okay, right of the path. So let's just keep building it. Okay, just use don't go venture out too far. Just use random brush-like strokes. That's what famous artists did. They used the sweeping brush strokes. They weren't afraid. They're not picking every little pixel detail, pixel of it. Because as a beginner, you tend to think that you got to capture everything that's on there in one pass. It's not true at all. And that's the reason why many people don't develop art techniques, because they haven't learned these very important techniques. Right there. Okay, look at that there. You can refine it even more. There's a little path there. And then we're going to go. See how quickly you can go through it. Just work at a little bit with speed. Right? As much of speed as you can. Don't think too much, and then allow yourself time to keep thinking and improving. See that? Well, we haven't really done that, have we? So I don't know, let's just fill it in. I'm just filling in things now. Here, I can see here, it's got a little bit. Just picking these colors, and whenever I see variations of tones, I'm just applying them, because I'm playing with a very small brush. Right, so I'm able to capture tinier details in the tone variations, right? Okay, let's have a look where we are. See how that's coming along now. You can't believe that's our drawing, and we got this far, and we got a pretty good half an hour to get this down to a nice drawing, yeah? So let's see what we hear. We've got these areas here. Look at that here. So what we can do is let's start building these tones here, these little bushes, these tiny bushes. Right? Let's pick these tiny bushes. Now with this brush, pick these and then just follow the bush, follow the colors, just do that. Okay, we got the background color all right. Remember we did the background color? It's a good thing we did that. Okay, this is just to add this. I'm just sort of adding these based on the infinite color pot that I'm able to select. Okay. You can see that I picked up the color tones, different variation. Let's have a look what it looks like. It's not bad. It's not quite realistic, but we're not really looking for realism. I'm just going to go through all of that, and then we're going to take a quick break, 5 minutes break, and then really have a good look. Gives you a chance to look through. Gives you a real good chance to look through what you've done, and for the next step of the drawing. We are going scribbling mark, scribbling, just scribbling mark, just scribbling mark. Right, the color part is exactly, it's a lifesaver. It actually improves your drawing to fantastic levels. Yeah, because you are now doing something you couldn't do before, and you're just randomly playing with drawing. Let's have a look. It's looking really good now, isn't it? In fact, what we could do is we could do a David Hockney. We don't have to do realism. We'll do David Hockney, why not? And we could just continue, finish this drawing. So I'm going to take a quick break here, like 5 minutes. I'll meet you in 5 minutes. Okay, and then we'll resume and finish this painting and then submit it to David Hockney for his approval. Yeah? What do you say? All right, see you shortly. Hello there, and welcome back. So we're going to continue to finish this lovely painting that's beginning to look very much like a David Hockney painting. And I can see why, because I have a tendency to go for realism, and realism means a lot of tones and values. But in picture paintings like this, it's more sort of halfway house between something that people fully appreciate and towards realism as well. So let's now move our attention to this cloud. Look at this cloud. Look at this cloud. Yeah, so let's first of all try and improve that edge, because the cloud is into like a Lego cloud, isn't it? Which we don't want. And let's focus in, and with our 2% brush, we're going to do what we were doing before. Just get these little textures that appear. Yeah, take this away. The mountain. Alright, so we got that mountain. It's peeping through those clouds, isn't it? Alright. And then we have anywhere where you see you could do some improvement. Just let's fill these. Use the area that you haven't touched as a guideline, and then just go across. Yeah, I'm going across the mountain range here. Just lay down the colors that's supposed to be there. Yeah, that's actually at that level, right? Let's look at it. See, so the colors, right? And then once we're in the mountain range, we can actually define. You can also go and correct a few little mistakes if you want to. So here, so just going around there. Look at that, it's white, isn't it? So we used a very broad color, isn't it? Look at that. So if you now want to continue with a smaller brush, you can do so, and then get the tonal variations going. Look at that. Look at this. Look at the cloud now. Now you're beginning to see tones like you've never seen before, yeah? Look at the white area on the towards the left, and then it turns into a darker grayish, bluish area, all changing gradient. So what we can do is we can do this. We can decide to increase the brush size to, let's say, 9% for now, because we got a flat Lego wall like there, right? We don't know if that's from an alien planet ready to strike. So we're going to divide this wall into those segments of colors. White, little whitish, off-white, then blue, then these gray, then this blue, okay? So this is what I'm doing. I'm picking the white, right, then the lighter gray, then a bit darker, and then I'm picking them and just getting more tones out of that, okay? Right, they're a little darker there, color picker, right, and then color picker there, and then picking a darker one at the as it heads up. Let's see what we got here. That's more better, isn't it? So now we've got more variations, adding depth to it. but we're not quite there yet. And so what should we do? Look, I mean, you've never seen a cloud that has such a soft edge there, is it? So let's tackle that. I mean, a hard edge. So look at that. Can you see it? Let's take it down to 5%, and let's bring these colors down, and let's work our way down, right, to build this tonal variation. Okay, that's happening as you go down there towards the cloud. So it's a softer transition rather than a hard transition. Yeah. Okay. So we've got a bigger brush now. Now these clouds have that little softer gradient. Okay, that's what we're doing. Almost getting lost with these trees. See this line here, perimeter? Right, so now it's becoming one. There, you can see, picking up the tones. Now I can see that I'm really getting into some of the tones on the left side now. You can see, there. And then it's fairly white, as I was telling you. So we're picking the color tones. This. Let's see how it gets white and white. Right. Yeah. See that? There. I think we've done a good job here. Right. Let's have a look to see if it's nice. Looking good. So we've created that cloud, but it's still looking a little bit cheesy cloud, isn't it? And we're going to do something a little bit later on that. So before we do that, let's clear up. Let's try and tidy up our foreground. You know, what else can we do? You see on the left side that we did. Remember we did that with a bigger brush. Can we tidy it up? Yeah, with the smaller brush. Let's say 2%, right? 2.5%. Color picker. So because it looks a little bit like almost like a rug, isn't it? We don't want that, do we? Right. So I'm going to try a little bit here, going over it again and picking out more details of the color. Actually, we picked a small brush, to be honest with you. You can tell by the strokes. And then if we're happy with that, we could leave it or do something else with it, right? Entirely up to us. The colors. All entirely up to us. How we want to go. Let's have a look. So that's looking a little better, actually. I'm happy with that. But I'm not quite content with this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fix this lay of the land with these brushes, which are looking quite nice, actually. I think David Hockney will be quite pleased with that. And then can you see here, around here, I need to probably just blend it just a tiny bit more. And so I'm gonna stick to a smaller brush and just go into the details of it, you know, really zoom in, and so we can get these little tiny features just just sort of round it off. It's not like right, and then still looking at these variations of the blue that I can see, which adds texture. See that there? So I'm reluctant to show you this density just yet. I want to actually save it for the clouds so you can really fully understand. I can see here, I'm going to see how I'm transitioning. The same thing I did with the clouds. Just transitioning it off. Still sticking to, see, and carry on and do these little plants that add a lot of character to this, don't they? There. I wasn't too happy with that. That's why I'm going over it just once again. And if I'm happy, I'll leave it. Okay. So we want to get that foreground right, isn't it? As I'm doing this, I'm obviously picking up more textures, right? So I'm not even looking at my drawing just yet. I just want to lay down more textures, gives it more realism. Areas, you see, there's a lot of the dark. Just pay attention to light and dark areas, especially the dark areas. Then you can just pick your infinite color pot and get these. Look at that. You know, that's like a little bit of the color. I think David Hockney is going to be rather pleased with this drawing. So I'm not relying on the fact that I need to see my drawing, just keeping it, just adding enough. Just adding enough textures and colors. Okay. Wow, look at that. We're going to come back to it and let's show you. Maybe I will come back to it, but not right now. I'm okay with this because that gives character. See how I've changed it? It looks a little realistic. Looks form of a little bit of realism, even though we've got these little bushels here, which are perfectly fine. And I'm gonna, you'll start noticing nuances in your drawing as you get better and better, yeah? Right? There. So that is actually a better, if you remember what we had before, it is actually a better. So now we can see, what do we have to do here? I like the path that's going on here, but I'm not too happy with what's happening here. Looks like something that we have not tackled here, this bit here. Can you see it? So this is actually what helps you become better in art, is you do what is called, it's actually, I'm actually referring this to the very person who said that they're not getting anywhere learning, and this is exactly what it is, because now I can see as an artist that, as anyone who's learning, is that I can see areas where I need to touch up. If you don't see any areas you need to touch up, you're not learning anything, right? Makes sense? If you can't find any areas, you're pretty much doing the same old, same old. So try and mix it up. And this block coloring I'm showing you, it's a wonderful technique for. You can see this dark here. It's actually dark, so we're going to add, see that? There. Just turned that into beautiful. Added the details there. And around here's another tree line going that way. There. There. Let's see, we've got all these wonderful, isn't it? Just looking so nice. Now I can see that I'm happy more or less with this. So I'm gonna now swing to the right here and a little bit of detail. I'm reluctant to bring you, I'll show you this density just yet, because this has so far been very easy for you to follow, hopefully. If not, you really should tell me in the feedback or in the comments section where you're having your difficulty, you know? I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to be able to help you if you don't give me the proper feedback. And if you're just going to say, no, I can't do this, throw your arms up in the air, then that's where you're going to leave it to, isn't it? So I'm just doing exactly what I did in the foreground, adding these tiny details that will make up this interesting characteristics of this landscape and the textures and that I'm looking for, okay? Just when I'm using this infinite color pot, so we can have a look to see if we've managed to add a bit more character to this. Make sure you land at the right place, you pick up the wrong color, otherwise. Here, there's a light area here. And then, let's have a look. Alright, I think it's looking looking good, isn't it? I think it's good, and I think it's getting better. I can improve a little bit more. I'm going to save this. I'm enjoying this drawing because it's so much easier to do than the realism, because it's hard. You have to focus on the realism. But here we're creating a semi-abstract type of realism. So here, you can see here, got that. Then just carry on doing it again with a smaller brush. Pick these colors. Okay, you can automatically pick the colors that's in the right. So just go over it again if you feel that it's not coming out, and then it adds another layer of colors. So you're all right. It actually helps to put another layer of colors. You see how we improve the front? Okay. Just adding another layer. So these are the colors that you're going to pick. The line brush. Look at that beautiful white. You can just you can tell when you pick the right brush color. We're now going back to where we didn't want to go back to, was in the foreground, but don't worry. Yeah, you can see here we haven't added these colors, so just pick these colors. Remember? Anyway, the more time you spend on this drawing, the more better it will get, believe me. And I'm trying to work really fast. Okay, let's have a look. That is looking much better now, isn't it? You can see here that I need to do something. So I can go here and go here and then pick the colors and then shape it according to how I feel. And if I'm not happy with that, that's probably some Christmas tree that, and then get these white colors, right, just dotted around there. And then you can see here's a bit of white there. Okay. There. Can you see? And then just shape it accordingly. You can see that color? That's actually a blue color, isn't it? There. Look at that. There's a darker color. We thought it was this color, but it wasn't. And then here. So with this mode, you can see what needs changing. Yeah? So here. So we picked a very dark color, probably because we didn't know we're using a bigger broad brush initially. There's a deep black color. And now we can go here. You can see it. Look at that. That doesn't look anything like a tree, does it? So we could keep going here. Let's put the elements of the shape and then put the other colors that should supposed to go on there, and then bring a lighter color pick the color from there if you're not getting it. Oops, that's too bright. Right, we don't have to. And here, these wonderful colors, and then we can actually change it. Feel here. It's looking really Christmassy, isn't it? And then there's a mount. And then what do we have got here? Obviously, it's not dark as it is, right? And then we can pick these colors, just sort of shape that tree. And then here, like that. Shaping it, yeah. So let's see what we've done. That's actually looking good, isn't it? The background. Although I think I could improve that area. So here, let's just put that in there. There. So we got that. We did a full circle, and now we can see that. We're going to go over a bit, but this is too much fun to let go, isn't it? So we're going to go here. So we're going to go to that and our drawing, and then pick our colors and just refine it. Okay. And then pick this color, just refine it, and then pick that color. Okay. And then we can pick this black. Yeah, we don't want to do too much to that. And then we could pick this color, just stretch it here, there. And then what about this side? The same thing here. You can pick this color and just press it down here. And then what do we got here? Ooh, we got little bits of right there. There. We don't need to do too much. That's the part of the house, looking good. And now we can see that we're doing a full circle, and then we can continue to build. It looks like that we may need to even go, but I'm reluctant to go. Look at that. That's the notion of tree, right? That's all we need. Okay, here, and then you can see here that this path, I'm going to leave it till I've shown you something else. But let's see if we've covered pretty much what we want. We can tidy up this lovely blue house, isn't it? Here, and then go pick that up there. Right? Yes, why not? Okay. Oops, we have this wonderful color. So let's pick this wonderful color. Ooh, that's a bit too harsh, isn't it? So let's add a bit lighter and bring it down here, okay? Done. All right. I think it's looking good. Now, I'm going to do the final bit, which is the tree line there. It's not, let's save this, which is the tree line there and the clouds. And this is where I'm going to introduce you to the most powerful thing that we've ever invented. It's the, and I'm not even doing the sky yet. Look up, because if I want to head towards realism, I'd probably do that. But we've got a flat sky, which is fine. We have seen that before, right? So I'm going to introduce the density. I'm going to take it down to 30% and then increase the brush here. And then I'm going to blend the clouds, okay? Now I'm going to take it down to even 4. Watch me how I blend. I pick the colors and I pick these colors and then I just do circular motion. Pick the adjacent. Look how it's blended. Isn't it sweet? Look at that. It's blended. Sweet. I won't go to the details of it. You'll have to check out a lot of my other drawings where I talk about this blending. Isn't that lovely? Get that white and then move with a little bit of the white next door. Look at that. Lovely, isn't it? You'd think that was a real cloud, isn't it? That was so easy. You thought I'd got to spend another 10 minutes or so. You're wrong, mate. Okay, now we can go down and do the same thing to the back of that tree line, yeah? Yeah, look at that. Look at that picture here. Got that lovely. So that's where the blending comes in. Take the line down to 2%, 20%, right? And watch what we do. Right? Watch what I do. I'm going to pick that blender so I can take it down even more. Look at that. See? And then bring that down. Right? Just go down. I'd get the illusion that something's going on. And take a look at the picture. This, yeah, see that? So you can do that and then bring the white down. Really take it down to a little more. In fact, there. And then you get the illusion and pick that Jason color and lift it up. Okay. Now it looks like a real background. So same thing. Take the white down from the top. Okay. Make it down. The color, the sky. Okay. And then take this color and pull it up. Okay. That's all I'm doing. I will give the impression, again, pick this color, take it down, and then take it down all the way, and then use this color to even use the black if you want, the black even. Don't be shy about it. Right there. Right, all the way. There. Do that. Okay, good. And then do this black as well. This is nothing is like Legoland, is it? And then bring some of that, pick that color, bring that down. Yeah, sure that's got perimeter, and then pick that color and just lift it up so that the trees are still there. And actually, I'm not sure what that's going to look like, but let's go all the way across. Should go a little bit left, right? And let's see what we have here. See, we haven't got any colors there. We haven't got a tree line there, so we might as well add a tree line, right? That's out the density. Increase the density a little bit. Let's pretend that this is going all the way up there. And why not? Make it interesting, right? And then add a bit of that black. Ooh, it's quite harsh. Take it, tone it down a bit. Okay. Right there. Right there. It's going to be more dense at the bottom. And then pick the sky color at the top. Right. Bring it down. Sky color. Pick a lighter color if you want it. Ooh. Let's be sparing about that. Okay. And pick this color. Let's see what it looks like. Then we can change it if we're happy with it. Yes, that is looking good, but it's still looking like a pretty much a perimeter. So we're gonna take that down and add a little bit of this color. Take it down, keep adding it, make it look more like natural, right? Not like a wall. Right there. Pick the sky color. Okay. That's it. But it's never really that shaped, is it? It's always right there. Let's have a look. There, that's looking more like it. Well, you know what? I think I've finished, I'm happy with that. And I'm going to put my Paintology on it and call it a day and say, you know what? This is David Hockney, you better watch out. We've got some digital painting done by Produce Garlic. So let's do our humble deed. Let's take that and then put down Paintology. This is the hardest bit, writing this text. Isn't it funny, isn't it? Make this nice drawing and then writing is so far hard. Anyway, this is to show you the power of digital drawing. We did this in about 2 hours because I spoke for like 15 minutes or so and we had breaks. So within 2 hours. So I hope you can produce something like this and then we can post it on community or send me a link and I can look at it and comment on it. And hopefully I'll bring you another one tomorrow. Until then, bye bye. But please do subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye bye.